Hi, I'm Jake. I make RPG supplements and videos about Pathfinder 2, or PF2. I love PF2, and I want to share what I find along the way, including some corrections that I have to make about a previous video. So I'm doing the second video on Clockwork Reanimator archetype. I want to clarify one thing, or rather, correct it, because I gave the wrong information, and also talk about what changes specifically the prototype construct companion gets, and a couple of cool traits about the construct companion, some ideas that you can use for the companion. So first, going to the Clockwork Reanimator archetype in the Smoking Gun Outlaws of Alkenstar third book of the Adventure Path, down to self-destruct. Underhill, I owe you one. I want to say I misspoke about this one, but really, I think I wasn't paying enough attention to what it says it does. So, it says that it does 2d6... I'll read most of it to you. Self-destruct, level 12 feet. Trigger, your reanimated Clockwork Companion is reduced to 0 hit points. It's a reaction. Requirements, you're within 60 feet of your reanimated Clockwork Companion. You've installed a self-destruct device within your Construct Companion, which you can trigger with a special device from up to 60 feet away. When you activate the device, your animated Construct Companion explodes, dealing 2d6 fire damage per level to all creatures in a 30-foot radius. Creatures caught in the blast can attempt a basic reflex save with a DC equal to the higher of your class DC or spell DC. I missed the per level. This doesn't do 2d6. It does 24d6. That's different. Like, a lot different. So I would take this feat. Absolutely take this fucking feat. This is great damage. Self-destruct is good. Yeah, I missed it. Sorry. So also, I wanted to mention a few things that are improved by the feats in this archetype that make your Clockwork Companion better. So the Advanced Reanimated Companion, what it does specifically is it increases its strength, dex, con, and wisdom modifiers by 1. It adds an extra die of damage to its unarmed attacks, so from 1d8 to 2d8, for example. It gives it expert in perception, and it gives it trained proficiency rank in intimidation, stealth, and survival. You can also change your companion's size to small, medium, or large, which I love. I just like the idea of having a large companion. Like, you can ride in it. Why not? Make a little cockpit for yourself. So that's at level 4. And then the Incredible Reanimated Companion at level 8, that feat increases its strength, dex, con, and wisdom modifiers by 2, and it does 2 additional damage with its unarmed attacks. Its attacks become magical, and it increases its proficiency in athletics and acrobatics to expert. In the final feat to improve your companion, Paragon Reanimated Companion, level 14. You increase its strength, dex, con, and wisdom modifiers by 1. Its unarmed attacks and unarmored defense improves to expert, and its proficiency changes to master for athletics, acrobatics, saving throws, and perception. And it adds a 3rd die to its attacks. So it does from 2 dice to 3 dice, for example, and its additional damage with unarmed attacks changes from +2 to +4. So those are the changes that the archetype makes, but the basic parts of the Construct Companion are really useful because it's sort of a cross between a familiar and an animal companion in its capabilities. And I know that's really vague, so I'm sorry. I want to point out a couple of things that are really useful for it. One, you can ride it. It has to be big enough for you to ride, so, you have to be a small character to ride on your medium companion. It starts as medium. But once it becomes, advanced? I just said it. Advanced. So the 4th level one. Then it could be large and you could ride it or inside it, whatever. So, fun things is it has proficiencies. It has trained proficiency in unarmed attacks, unarmed defense, all saving throws, perception, acrobatics, and athletics. This thing can wrestle. It's also dexterous. Yeah, it can't take skill feats, but it can, save itself from taking some damage when it falls. It can tumble through spaces. It can take the seek action. These skills should be looked into. They're nice. It says here that Construct Companions can't use abilities that require greater intelligence, such as coerce or decipher writing, even if trained in the appropriate skill, unless they have an ability that allows it. But it doesn't say, like Familiars says, that it can't perform trained actions. It can. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's awesome. The hit points, kind of handy, that like you can just rebuild it, given a day of downtime, if it dies. Immunities. This is what I wanted to point out, because it's neat. Because it's a construct, your Construct Companion is immune to bleed, death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, meaning it doesn't need to sleep, so it can guard you while you're asleep, healing, necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poison, sickened, and unconscious. So this thing is best used for like detrapping traps that might be poisonous darts and shit. This is handy. I guess that's all I wanted to point out. I like this thing. It's good. It's useful. Obviously, you know I like the archetype. And if you have questions or complaints, or I missed some other fucking thing, let me know. But until then, thank you for being here. If you're a patron, I appreciate you being here a lot. If you're not, or you want to go to Discord, both links are in the description. Discord is just where we chat about like story ideas and new games we got and stupid cat memes and whatever and weird shit. So come there if you're interested. At the end of this video, you'll see a playlist for archetypes here and for builds here. And thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.